So good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Wednesday evening overview of our LifeVantage product and business opportunity. My name is Gillian Joyce, and I am a leader from Yeppoon on the Capricorn coast. I'm a Pro 6, which probably doesn't mean too much right now, but I'll explain that a little bit more as we go along. A little bit of my background and how I became involved with LifeVantage. So I was a teacher for many years, school principal for quite a few, before I took leave to have my children. And you can see them here in the picture. They're now 5 and 7. Those years have gone very quickly. But it was while I was on maternity leave with my second child, while I was pregnant with my second child, that a really close girlfriend reached out to me to share some information on some products that she had been using for herself and her family and seeing amazing results. And for me, I have always been, open to hearing information on new things that are out there, not one to really take a lot of supplements. But when she shared the information with me and was explaining that this was something that activated the body as opposed to supplementing, I started to do a little bit more research. And I was absolutely blown away with what I had found. And for me, we have a history of illness in our family. I have a history of heart conditions on my mum's side. My grandma passed away when she was in her early 70s with a weak heart. My mum gets heart palpitations, which we're mindful of, so we've been very proactive. But I've also lost my sister when she was only 21 after open heart surgery. So for that reason, as a family, we have always been very proactive with our health. We've always eaten the right foods, exercised, typically lived a fairly healthy lifestyle, but still little things crept in. And a few years ago, I also lost my dad to cancer. And with that, we had no warning whatsoever. He was what we thought perfectly healthy until he slipped and hurt his shoulder picking avocados. And it just would not get better. And he was nursing it a lot, and then he just started deteriorating rapidly. We were sent to Brisbane looking for some sort of virus or infection, and that's when they discovered the cancer. And at that point, there was nothing that they could do for him. We were sent home. We had a couple more weeks before he passed. So he was a very young man at 58, far too young to leave this world. And it came as a big shock to our family, and was once again that reminder that we really need to do all that we can do in today's world to look after ourselves and our health and make it a priority. So when this was introduced to me, it was almost like it was for the right reasons at the right time. And I just knew straight away after looking at the information that it was something that I wanted to take, but I also wanted a few close people that were close to me to know about it as well. And those people that I did share with had some incredible results. They naturally wanted to go on and share with others as well. And it grew from there. And I have been so lucky that not only have these products had an incredible impact on my life and my family's life, but the business as well has been something that I have been able to grow and share with others, and has now enabled me to give away my teaching and principal role and stay home full time with my children, which has been a huge blessing to see all of their milestones and be there 100% for them. So I'll go on to share a little bit of information about the products. Firstly, our hero product, which reduces something called oxidative stress. And for me, it wasn't something that I was overly familiar with. However, I had heard of oxidation and the rusting of vehicles. And what I learned is that that's basically what's happening inside our bodies due to our environmental factors. So every single day we're bombarded by free radicals that come from things like Wi-Fi, pollution, work stress life, the things that we eat, what we drink, the things we put on our body, and the things that we use within our homes. It's all of these free radicals that come from this toxic environment that impact our cells. And when we don't eliminate those free radicals, and we eliminate them with antioxidants, which is not a new word, but when we don't have enough antioxidants to neutralize those free radicals, the free radicals attached to the cells cause them to break down, and that's how we get oxidative stress. Now, sadly, there's no way to completely avoid oxidative stress. It is just a part of the natural aging process as well. However, sometimes those levels get quite high in our body. And for some people, it can be noticing simple things just like lacking energy, not sleeping so well, mild aches and pains, headaches, that midday slump, or dragging your feet out of bed in the morning. You know, they're just common things that, you know, some people sort of accept as just being part of everyday living and getting older. But really, it's your body giving you those early indicators that you've got some higher levels of oxidative stress happening there. And when that oxidative stress gets really high, it is actually linked to more than 200 diseases and illnesses. It impacts every single cell, system, tissue, organ, and organism in our body. So reducing oxidative stress is absolutely critical. Now, the good thing is that our body does produce its own antioxidants, so that is a win. However, we have been told for a long time we need to be consuming high levels of antioxidants, and you know, it's not a new word. When it comes to direct antioxidants, while you cannot replace a nutritious diet, we need good foods. It's the fuel for our body. And when it comes to direct antioxidants, they work on a 1-to-1 ratio. So for each antioxidant molecule, you eliminate one free radical. A punnet of blueberries will eliminate about 6,000 free radicals. And that sounds pretty good, except our body is bombarded with trillions of free radicals every single day. So it's not quite enough to keep that balance in check in our bodies. But like I said, our body does produce antioxidants. That's our survival genes. It's how our body heals and repairs and detoxifies itself. And we've always known that our body can produce antioxidants, but we didn't always know how it did that. And it was only in the late 90s that the scientists discovered a protein messenger in every single cell in our body called NRF2. So NRF2 is that protein messenger. It's like a switch. When it's active, when it's switched on, it's producing antioxidants, and it can do that at a rate of 1 million to 1. So that's eliminating 1 million free radicals per cell per second over and over and over again. It's huge. So 1 to 1, 1 million to 1. So 1 to 1 is our, original supplements that we think of. We can consume things that can work on a 1-to-1 ratio, or we can have our body doing what it's naturally meant to do when it's working properly and operating at 1 million to 1. It's huge. And when they discovered this pathway and just how incredible it is, this is our survival genes, it's flipping those good genes back on. A lot of research went into this. And in 2004, we had our very first peer-reviewed study, so one that had been through multiple validations. Today, there's over 20,000 peer-reviewed studies on NRF2 activation alone. And Washington State University, a prestigious organization, even said that NRF2 may well become one of the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. So that is an absolutely massive statement to make. And, again, the reason why we have so much research, we now have university subjects focused solely on NRF2. We've got world conferences on NRF2. We have pharmaceutical companies scrambling to come up with some form of NRF2 activator. It's really gained worldwide interest. And we are so lucky that we had some incredible scientists well before LifeVantage was even a company, but these scientists actually discovered by accident a synergy of 5 ingredients that work together that naturally switched on that NRF2 protein messenger in our body. So Protandim is not a supplement. It's not taking high doses of different ingredients hoping your body will absorb some nutrients. This is small amounts of naturally occurring compounds that work together in synergy to turn on that pathway. So it's 1 tablet a day that flips on that NRF2 messenger. So I liken it to the perfectly baked cake. Like anyone could throw ingredients together and chuck it in the oven. But if you do it the correct way, you're going to end up with a much better result at the end. And that's exactly what they've done. So this is a product that has got multiple patents worldwide, and it's gained worldwide interest with a lot of universities reaching out and studying our product as a whole because of what it can do. So the synergy of these ingredients actually means that it lowers oxidative stress in our body by 40% in 30 days. That's a really significant amount. There isn't anything else there that can do it to that extent. Of course, we can eat our broccolis and drink, red wines, which is high in antioxidants, or, there's lots of goodies and things out there, but there's nothing that can do it to that extent until Protandim came along. That same study showed it was as much as 70% after 4 months. So the longer you're taking it, the better off you are. It has that cumulative effect. We're literally aging backwards, that you could say. So it's huge. Now, because of what this product could do, an ABC news reporting company caught wind of it. It came and did their own studies. The news reporter used himself as a guinea pig, had his blood test taken beforehand, took it for less than 2 weeks, and at the end of that 2 weeks had his blood test taken again, and his oxidative stress levels had been reduced by 45%. So that was huge. That first study, when you look at it, you can see that, they tested a large range of humans. They couldn't tell the difference between an 80-year-old's blood and a 20-year-old's blood at the end of it. Everyone's oxidative stress levels had been brought back to that of a 20-year-old or better. The National Institute of Aging conducted their own peer-reviewed study, which has been published, and I'll show you where to find that shortly. But this study showed that Protandim has been the only product tested in the last 20 years that increases the median health lifespan. And it does that by as much as 7%. That's huge. It's not just about extra life, it's quality of life that comes with that. So the benefits, when it comes to Protandim, we always hear about people talking, mentioning better sleep, no more midday slumps, sustained energy, less aches and pains, a better sense of wellness. We can talk about people's moods and improvements there. So there's so many wonderful things. We don't make claims to treat, cure, prevent, or mitigate disease or illness because it is a natural supplement, but we would be happy to invite you into a group which shares a lot of amazing success stories of people who have used this and felt a number of different benefits. And so just reach out if you'd like to be added into that group as well. Now, we have all the certifications. So in Australia, we've got the TGA, which is the Therapeutic Goods Administration. That is a huge stamp of approval. Not all products will have that. In fact, most don't. When you do have that stamp of approval, it's stood up to all of the tests and rigorous research that they do. So that's a huge one. BSCG means safe for Olympians and athletes. There's very few products that get that stamp of approval as well. And so we're very proud to have that one. So, like I said, there is a lot of research that has been conducted. More than 40 universities across the world have reached out to study our product, and you can find all of the research on pubmed.gov. This is the National Institute of Medicine. It's the database where all doctors, scientists, researchers go to do their own studies and research on different ailments and products that are available. And you'd be lucky to find even one study on most supplements. But we have 27 peer-reviewed studies on there, which is huge. A lot of people reached out to study our product, like I said, and they have published that research. So you can jump on there and you can see the benefits. One of my favorites is the study conducted by the American Heart Association, which found the product to be so therapeutic for the heart that they featured it in their circulation journal, which goes worldwide. No other natural supplements have ever featured in that journal before, so that was a huge tick of approval. So moving on, and in 2016, our company had a second breakthrough with an NRF1 activator. So NRF1 is the pathway that switches on your body's mitochondria. And you may or may not remember it from grade 8 biology. I had to go back and check again myself. But mitochondria is the engine of your cells, the energy powerhouse. And once again, I encourage you just to do a quick search on mitochondria dysfunction and just see what that leads to. And again, it's a list of things that we really don't want happening in our body. So protecting our mitochondria is absolutely critical to our cellular health and our overall health. And these two products work hand in hand. It's like a 1-2 punch, both activating the cell, one getting the engine going, the other continually clearing out the waste and protecting our cells from those free radicals. So these two really do have a significant impact on people's overall wellness. And again, it's 5 ingredients that work in synergy together. We do also have a couple of other key products to maintain our overall wellness. And you would know that when it comes to gut health, it is again an absolute priority. Hippocrates said all those years ago that all disease begins in the gut, and today research can really back that up. And with our probiotic, it really is set apart from others in that it contains 6 of the highest quality strains of probiotic. You can actually go and check the list, and if you're with a health fund and if they offer rebates on probiotics, check with yours, because there are some that will offer 100% rebate on this probiotic because of the strains that are in there. And not only that, it has a DR capsule which protects that good bacteria. So it's getting through the stomach acid down into our small and large intestines where we actually need it. Most probiotics don't have that protection, and we lose most of it in the stomach acid. Studies show that on average, you're only getting about 4% of that good bacteria from most over-the-counter probiotics to where it's actually needed, whereas ours is more like 60% or plus because it's got that protection. So it's an incredible addition. And this trio, so our probiotic plus our 2 activators, and we sell that as our activated essentials, and it is our most popular choice. It's $190 monthly on a subscription. So that's a cup of coffee a day. And, for all of what it can do within our body, it is an incredible addition or option to supplement your health. And we are really excited that we have just in February introduced and launched into Australia our Omega Plus. So this is a very high quality fish oil, and you would know that with fish oils, this is something that has been recommended by a lot of health practitioners across the world for a long time. Having a high quality fish oil is good for not only your heart health, but you've got brain health, gut health, skin health. There's just so many benefits when it comes to having a good quality omega. And this one is harvested in its natural environment. So it's not a farmed fish where they're swimming in their own waste. This is one that comes from deep, cold water fish. It's the highest quality, mercury free and environmentally harvested, traceable from boat to bottle. So the other really great thing about this is that when you take your omegas, you can even bite them open and you'll only notice a bit of a lime flavor, which helps with the digestion. So it's pure fish oil. It's not rancid. When you're taking fish oils and continually burping fish, that's because the fish oil and the way in which it's been packaged, it's already oxidized and it's gone rancid. So making sure you have a high quality and having it packaged correctly is super important. We also have our NRF2 activation for the largest organ of our body, which is our skin. So we have our beautiful skincare system, which I absolutely love and have been using for years and wouldn't use anything else. It works on all 7 layers of the skin to restore that balance. So it brings back the correct pH level to your skin. Doesn't matter if you're oily skin, dry skin. I used to be a bit of both. I'd be dry across the top. I'd get flaky here in winter, but always oily around the chin, which was a key breakout area. Now my skin has balanced out, which I absolutely love. Smooths out fine lines and wrinkles. Completely clean. All of our products you can test and check on the Think Dirty app, which is a great app for anyone to have. You can scan products barcodes and you can look at the toxicity level of them. Ours are all absolutely clean. Our hair care system has already won multiple awards, and you can just see here from these pictures the incredible results with the skincare across the top, and you can see the hair care and what it's doing in terms of improving the fullness of hair, the softness, the shine, the strength. There's just so many benefits to really activating the cells and supporting the microflora of your scalp to get great results. So with our company, just to touch very lightly, to let you know that many people tend to ask, why have I not heard of this yet? And it is because our company is still such a young company, and we are within Australia, we're just sort of touching the surface, I guess you could say. So we have been around for a few years. The company is 10 years old, so it's very, very stable. It is publicly traded, so completely transparent. You can see that we're an absolutely debt-free company, and that we're performing incredibly well. A lot of big organizations have invested into the company. We've got places like BlackRock, if you watch the NASDAQ. So for them to invest, they invest wisely. But we also have people like Erin Brockovich, who sits on our board of directors. She had a girlfriend using our products, saw a night to day difference, and being the researcher that she is, she got stuck straight into it, was blown away with what she found. She is also a huge health advocate. And so she decided to partner with our company and now sits on our board of directors, which is a really big tick, I guess you could say, for us. It really shows what we have, that people like her would put their name to what we have. And because we are publicly traded, we disclose on average what distributors earn at each rank. Of course, people can earn a lot more or nothing at all if they're not doing anything, but this shows completely transparent that if you're consistently working on your business, you can actually make money to not only pay for your own products, but to go on and create a legacy for your family, which can be willed down for 5 generations. So for me, like I said, I was not looking for a business to begin with, but I could quickly see that this was not only paying for my products, but it was providing me opportunities to spend more time at home with my family, which is where I wanted to be. And today it's now keeping me home, which I'm super grateful for. So I'm a Pro 6 and my income has consistently grown over the last 5 years that I've been with the company. I've done this very part-time. My 2 children have both started school, and my second child just started his first year. So it's the first year where I've actually had a few extra hours in a day to focus on this, but it's been an incredible opportunity just the same. So we encourage people to get started on the products and reach out to the person who invited you on. They can share with you a link to order. It's a simple online process. Orders ship within a couple of days, so you receive them very quickly. You can get wholesale prices on a monthly subscription, no startup fees, no cancellation fees, completely flexible to add, change, cancel, delay anytime. You also, as a customer, have a referral link so that you can share with friends and family yourself, and not only benefit them with a discount on their first order, but get a return on your future orders as well. And then if you're like me and you're thinking, there's certainly a lot of people I could share this information with, you know, that's what I was doing. I was mentally making notes of all the people who could really benefit from hearing this information. And so I went with the business option because I was basically buying a bunch of products at a great price that I was going to be using for myself anyway. There were no other ongoing fees or monthly quotas, things like that. I could do this at my own pace. And you get your website, marketing materials, and an incredible team of support. We have a lot of fun. We've just announced our team retreat coming up, but we've got so many great things that happen and so much support with simple systems. So I do encourage you to get back in contact with the person who invited you along, and they'll be able to share with you how to get started or answer any further questions that you might have. But I thank you for being on this evening. And like I said, please do reach out if you have any questions.